So normally when I start off these videos, it goes a little something like, hello and welcome to the channel. This is dev.log, yada yada yada. And today I figured maybe I would do something different. Usually I prepare myself Usually I prepare myself when I'm looking to give you guys content on a specific topic or whatever it is that I would be recording for that day. And I feel like that's the best way that I can do it. So today I thought I would just wing it. And by winging it, then I might be missing some things that I would like to pass through to you guys. But I guess that's fine for today. So this is more in line, I think, for those that are either first year students or people that are trying to jump over into a new career or profession. And I'm specific to this content in regards to programming, software development, IT, if I can generalize it like that. The thought that came across my mind at the time was how it was during my first year of varsity, and not in the sense of the course material or the course itself, but it was more about the people that I came across during that time of my study. I remember the first year varsity, there was that first day when we came out of that class, and there were some seniors that were sitting outside. There was a little tree that they used to sit under throughout the day. I don't want to say throughout the day, but it felt like most of the time when we passed by that tree, they were all sitting there. I don't know what they were doing, but yeah. And I remember when he came out of that lecture room, obviously they could see, oh, these guys, they look like first years, and they came to us and they were asking us questions like,
oh, you guys are doing IT, how hard software development is,
and all that jazz, So that thought when it came across my mind at that during the day, the one thing I could think of was like, okay, if that happened during my time in first year, I'm sure this is something then that happens to a lot of people as well, either during their first years or either through varsity or college. So one thing I remember is that during my college years, it took me 4 years to finish the 3-year course in IT. And once I finished that, like I said in one of my videos, I'll try to put a link of that video somewhere up here if you haven't watched it. During that time, I learned enough to know that, okay, yes, IT is difficult, not specifically, let me just generalize it. IT is difficult. Whichever modules you have in it, there is a certain challenge you're going to come across that's really going to test just who you are. And, when I came to that first year, I came already having a background and already having, a solid foundation as to what I'm going to be doing and what is going to be expected from me. And when these guys were saying all of that, I was curious, like, okay, they are talking about something I have a little bit of background on as to how I am going to handle myself whenever the going gets tough, And I was thinking in regards to all these other students, like, okay, these guys are telling these first years all this, negative. Okay, let me not say negative. I guess I can say they were sort of cautioning them as to what they might come across as they go through the year or through the course. But at the same time, what I thought was, okay, you're trying to help in a way, but at the same time, you're doing more harm than good, because what's happening at that time now is that you're scaring these people. Maybe someone comes into first year or comes into the course having high expectations, being quite the enthusiastic type of person, having that optimism, if I can say it like that. English is quite tough, but there's this person that comes in with that kind of mindset, and then they meet up with this other person who has, quite the opposite. I felt like, what they're doing then is just seeding them with the wrong kind of mentality to go to go with as they are going through the course. Because what happens is that, maybe, as we start off, things are a little easier, the learning is at its easiest level because you're just starting out. But obviously, as time goes by, the concepts become more advanced, they become a bit more challenging, and having that seed in your mind of this negative person, I said I don't want to say that, but I'll say that for now, of this negative person in your mind, what happens is that whatever challenge that you come across that's now something that is much more than you were thinking you can expect, it ends up, demotivating you. It ends up lowering your self-esteem. It ends up lowering your amount of effort. It ends up lowering your commitment to the cause, or your commitment to, completing the cause. It just ends up lowering your overall performance. And I kind of felt like, I should address that in this video, especially for first year students. Yes, I did mention, IT is hard, but I feel like not almost everything, but a lot of things in life are hard. And there are other things out there that are just as hard as IT, or even harder than that. I mean, look at the other courses that you can get from varsity. There are people out there that are studying to become doctors. I mean, just think about that for a minute. These people are people that end up, let me not say doctors, let me say surgeons. These are people that are studying the human body in such a way that at the end of their study, once they start working and things are looking good,
they start opening up people to fix them up inside. Maybe you have something going on within your body, and this guy is just gonna open you up like some kind of fish and gut you and do whatever they do and put you back together.
I mean, my goodness, man, just think about that for a second. So people are saying, yes, IT is hard, but maybe you should take a second and just compare it with that, and then think about what's really hard. But yeah, man, what I'm trying to say here is, when it comes to IT, you need to know what it is that you are trying to get, not just out of IT, what you're trying to get out of yourself. I feel like whatever it is that you put yourself into, in order to get the best result that you can get out of that, it all falls down onto you. Like, you are the captain of that ship. And when you don't have that leadership for yourself, within yourself, when you don't have that, that commitment to doing what it is that you need to do in order to become successful in that, the end result is that you are your own worst enemy at that point. You can know what it is that you're trying to do, and if you're not interested, if you're not putting in that effort, if you're not staying up late studying, if you're not really trying to understand your profession as an IT student, you really just kicking yourself in the behind when you look at it in that sense, because you're not doing yourself any favors. So if you are going to end up being that kind of person, obviously you're just going to be like, those people that I was talking about, sitting under that tree, under the shade, chilling, where most students are going to class, and once they pass there, they're always there sitting. You're going to be just like them. You're going to end up sitting there telling other first year students how hard IT is, when instead you should be telling them about what they should be expecting and how they need to handle themselves in order to be performing in that level. I guess that's the kind of message I'm trying to get through to you here. I hope I'm making sense, because usually these kind of things are more like motivational speeches or inspirational speeches, of which I'm not the right person for that. I kind of lost my train of thought here, but it's fine. Don't allow yourself to be within the wrong group of people. It's easy to find something to connect with given a certain person. But as much as you might have that one thing that you both connect with, I feel like you really need to be able to recognize whether that person, as much as you have a certain connection over a certain thing, you need to realize whether that person is the kind of person that you really need to be around when it comes to looking ahead in terms of what career you want to be pushing. I think I kind of lost it there, but what I'm trying to say is if you're going to be within a certain group of people, or if you're going to befriend a certain kind of person, make sure that person has the same kind of drive as you when it comes to IT or software development. I feel like you need to be able to be around people that motivate you or inspire you just as much as you inspire them or you inspire yourself. Because in that sense, then you give each other enough energy to feed on within each other. Like everyone has the same kind of mindset, being successful as a software developer, being successful as a network engineer, being successful as whatever, but you all have the same kind of mindset, as to what you're trying to achieve. And I feel like that is the right kind of, people to align with. Okay. When you think about studying IT, yes, expect a lot of challenges in it, just like anything else that you might want to be successful in. You want to open up a business, yes, you're gonna have some challenges that you're gonna face there. You wanna approach some chick that you like. Yes, there are gonna be some challenges there, man. You're obviously going to have challenges always. You need to mentally prepare yourself into getting what it is that you're looking for within IT or within whatever career space. Let me just generalize it now. Or within whatever career space that you're pushing in. If you don't, I think you're just gullible in that sense. You're just going through life thinking, okay, things are just gonna be coming your way, whatever way you want them to come to you. And that's not how it works, man. That's not how it works. Yeah, sure, maybe you might be lucky here and there, but believe me when I tell you now, we all face certain challenges at one point, and these are the kind of challenges that really, really test just how much we can push ourselves. So hopefully I've said all I needed to say, and if that's the case, that's the end of the video. So if you do like the content, I always say please do click on that like button. It does show support for the channel, and also do subscribe to the channel so that you are part of the community. So yeah, this is dev.log signing off. Peace.